Hey guys, what's going on? It is Monday, and we're getting ready to start the two-tone work on the Super Duty after repairing the cab corner. There you go. I got some sealer on it right there. Once I put the gold base, or I think it's called Arizona Beige, code P or AQ, we'll pull the tape line down because we're going to do a little bit of sealer where we had the other repair spots, just to ensure that that's okay. There's one spot where I know I broke through to the base again. This I didn't break through completely to the base, but all I had was light colored primer. I thought I had dark primer. So I put this down just to speed up the process of getting coverage. Plus this side I had a breakthrough back into the just a dot of the filler right there, so that's the solution for that. You should probably take some 2K primer to do those, but it's going to work for this situation. So I'm going to get you guys on the stand. I've already got the paint mixed up and in the gun. I'll take you in here and show you what we're spraying for the two-tone color. It's this kind. Let's see. Right there, Metalux. This is a 2-to-1 base coat. It doesn't cover real quick, especially that gold bronzish color, if you want to call it that. It's what I had. I bought this quart when I bought the truck, knowing that I had some work to do, and I've since switched over to Matrix, and I'm not going to make another purchase of paint when I have this on the shelf. So we'll get you guys on the stand. We're going to use the little DeVilbiss touch-up gun here to do this stuff. And I'm not sure quite how well you're going to be able to see what I'm doing, but we're going to give it a shot anyway. Been having a lot of trouble getting videos uploaded to YouTube, so you guys are going to get bombarded once it starts letting me send them up. This first coat I'm not going to put on very wet, just in case there is anything that'll get aggravated. Everything up here is green. You just got like a little dogleg strip underneath this that has to stay gold. So we're going to go ahead and hit it here. Probably at least 2 coats and a control coat on that. But I don't have real good light in here, so that's where we're at. No runs. I'll bring you back when I'm ready for the last coat. Alright guys, I've got 2 coats of base on this so far, and it looks like it's all covered. So we're going to go for the last coat here. I'm going to put it on medium wet, not to the point where it's flowing out on there. And then as soon as I get done putting that coat on here, I'm going to turn the air pressure up a couple of pounds. I'm running this gun at about 28 right now. And then I'm going to back the gun off and do the orientation coat, and that will make the metallic stand up a little bit. This color is actually a little dark. I've actually sprayed it before. If you don't do the orientation coat or the control coat, it will stay too dark and it will really not match well. I'm not 100% worried about it, because once I get the door back on, if it's not a perfect match, it's not the end of the world. I can always blend into the door later. The door's actually got a little chip in the bottom of it where there's rust starting on it, and it'll need to be repaired at some point. So with saying that, I can always go back and recoat that. Sorry about that abrupt stop, guys. That's what happens when you forget to refill the cup on your little touch-up gun. So we'll go ahead and mix a little more and show you that, and I'll do the other corner off camera. It's going to get long. But we'll have a little chat here. Get some paint mixed up. I don't need much, but need enough to finish that other side. That one looks pretty doggone good, so. This is a 2-to-1 base coat, I think I said before, but I guess it doesn't cover bad as if you have a dark sealer down. If you don't have a dark sealer down, it doesn't cover worth a shit. So we're just going to mix like to the 1 on this. That should be plenty to get a wet coat. And you know what? Let's mix it a little bit. Let's go ahead and go to the 2. It's not like it's going to go bad. I don't have activator in it. Alrighty. That should work for that. I tell you, that little touch-up gun works great for small areas of base coat. It's got a nice fan on it, and it's even only got a 1.0 tip in it, but it'll put the paint out. Even these 2-to-1 base coats that are a little bit thicker because of all the extra binder, well, it doesn't spray too bad. So I'm going to get that filled, and I'll bring you guys back when I'm taping off for the other part of the 2-ton. Alright guys, got the mask off of the upper parts of the cab. Cab corners are ready to go. I'm going to give them a little more flash off time before I stick any tape to them. I may use the round soft transition tape on it because it doesn't stick a lot, and this gets a pinstripe over it anyway, so if it's fuzzy it doesn't matter, you never see it. Turned out good. We're just biding our time here, waiting for this to set up enough for me to put some tape on it to mask it back off to do the green spots. So let's see what we got here. Sorry about the earthquake cam there, fellas. See if we can get some focus here. It's about 82 in here and 55% humidity. It was raining like hell this morning. So not ideal painting conditions, but we're under the gun here. Truck's got to get done, and they're calling for 1 to 3 inches of snow tomorrow. Not that this truck is going to be ready for it, but our contracts actually expire on the 15th, which works out for me, so I may have to go do the funeral home if it gets rough out there, but other than that, we're not worried about any of them. Most of the other people would complain. Spring is sprung, and they're probably going to be looking forward to the warmer temps later in the week. So that's where I'm at for now. I will give you a little lowdown on what I'm doing here as far as masking. I've got my soft transition tape or dart tape. I got to get a little piece of tape back there, but you can also fold masking tape over and make a rounded edge there so that it leaves a fuzzy, hazy line there instead of a mess. You could take some rubbing compound on a rag on your finger and rub the line off that leaves, as long as you don't pound a bunch of clear coat on it. But basically what we're going to do, I've got some bare metal here where the hinge was because there was no paint on it to begin with. I may or may not put anything on that because they're all that way and the galvanized coating is on it, so I'm not really worried about it, and I don't really care if the paint sticks to it. It's not really a huge deal. I suppose I could shoot it with a little rattle can etch primer, but that's that. So what we'll do, we'll mask these cab corners off, and we'll come down maybe a 1/16 or 32nd of an inch off of that line when I mask it, and I'll shoot sealer on this and try and stay away from these areas up here because this is going to be base up a little bit, and then probably my first pass of clear will just cover the edge of my transition here, and my second coat will actually come to that line so I can melt it off. Same thing with this right here. I put a piece of the dart tape there. I got to put some masking tape behind it so I don't get overspray there, and then I'll take a piece of masking paper, and I'll show you before I start. I'll make like a little overspray tent over this. I'm trying to work in a tight area because right there is a greasy door striker and I don't want to clean it up, so we're going to do it this way. And maybe when I do the bed repairs in the winter or the fall this year, I'm thinking about rock garden this whole entire area with Raptor liner and then painting it body color so that it'll have some thick protection on it. But that's where we're at for now. I'm going to cut you guys loose. We're at 4 minutes here, and I'll show you what I've done right before I get ready to put the green on. Alright, back again. Cab corners are masked off, and I put a little sealer over my primer spots just to make sure I didn't have any renegade sand scratches or any breakthroughs. I was worried that the sealer was going to creep on my tape, but from what I could tell when I pulled the tape off of the gold color, it did not. Here's my little tent. We're going to blow base up to the edge of this, kind of let some fog underneath that, and I'll move it back a little once I make my first pass to get a little more under there, and then I have a piece of foamy transition tape to do my clear coat up to. So we've got that. Everything looks pretty good. I left a dent in the back of the cab right there because it's right at the window, and I was afraid I wouldn't be able to get under the window to sand it. So I'm going to get some base mixed up, and I'll get you guys on the stand here, and we'll start putting some base down. Well, I've got the SOD 3000 HVLP set up, running about 24, 25 PSI, I think. Excuse me, 22. So we're going to put this first coat on light. We're not going to get all carried away with it, and make sure we don't have any issues. There's coat number one. So far, no surprises, so we'll bring you back in a minute. Alright guys, we'll go for coat 3. I did number 2 off camera, just so I could get coverage and save on my memory. guys, I pulled the tape about 10 minutes after my last coat that you guys saw me do, and there's our two-tone line. There's a little bit of a build-up there, but it's less than what was on there before. Good Lord, you could have jumped a BMX bike over the ramp that was on that thing before. So that's going to be our transition down there. Let's see if I can get my finger in there. Just before the tape, I'm going to put a piece of that foamy edge masking tape like that. I'm not really worried that I got my base right up to the edge of that. It's a jam, so we're good to go. But like I said before, I didn't fix any of the dents in the back of the cab. You can see the one is pretty good size, but all the other ones I filled all have a brow around them too. They were all dents, but the chips are out of them, so we're good to go on that. Here's the other corner, and she's gonna need to flash off a while. That took actually 4 coats where I was satisfied that I'm covered, so I'm gonna let this set. It's about 82 degrees in here. I'm gonna let it set about an hour before I go putting any clear on it. I don't need any solvents stuck in this stuff. I've had that come back to bite me, and then the clear doesn't want to harden up. So at any rate, we're gonna let this flash, and I'll bring you back for clear time. Alright guys, time to put some clear on this bad boy. We're going to use the Iwata LPH 400 here, and we're going to try shooting at about 20, see what happens. Did a couple quick spray outs here, and everything looks good. So I'm going to start on this side of the cab because it's the easier side. I have to work with that inner panel on the other one. Actually, before I forget about it, I better go turn the exhaust on. Alright guys, sorry I shut you off before, but there's too many fumes to pull my mask down and talk. That's coat number 1. I didn't pull a fast one on you. That is not 2 coats yet. That is only the first coat. This is the first time I've shot MS-78, and I like it. The poor back of this cab, man, there was so much orange peel in it before I ever started doing any work on it. You start sanding out your primer and it was stuck in all the dimples in the back of it, but it is what it is. I wanted to show you guys or talk about a couple of things here real quick. We've still got the window in the truck, and what I've done is they make a tape that'll hook onto the edge of this and pull it back, but the size that I had wasn't big enough because this molding is about 2.5 inches wide. So I stuck some plastic irrigation line behind there that I had that was like 1/2 inch, and it pushed that molding out, and I've got it tucked way in the back, and then I put tape around the edge of the molding so I wouldn't get anything on it. So that way you don't have a hard tape edge at your rubber moldings. The vents on the back of the cab, they've got a foam gasket on them, and I don't know how they come out, and I wasn't about to find out because you'll never see them. The sun's not going to hit them and make them peel, but there's a foam gasket in between the metal on the cab and this right here, and I just taped so that I'd get clear coat on the foam. I wasn't worried about it, so that we get right to the edge. And then I did not take those moldings off in the top corners there. They go behind the window molding, and on my 450 dump they come right off, but I couldn't get these to pop. I don't know if there's trim retainers or if it's just double-sided tape. So the jamb is back masked. You can see the yellow tape inside the jamb that's rolled back to give a soft edge inside there. And then I can't get the camera down low enough because we're on the tripod, but the bottom of it is hard edged, which is the way it was before. Now, what I didn't show you on camera, because I couldn't pull my mask off to talk about it, there's just too many fumes in here. We got this piece of foam transition tape right here. Now you could do an open blend and melt the clear out, but I just got too much going on back here, so I'm trying to stay away from it. Plus it's in the jam. I don't care about color match and all that bullshit. So we just put this here, and I stopped my clear just past my base coat, and then I have some edge blending solvent in this little gun, in the touch-up gun, and pressure about 20 psi, and you just kind of stand back and dust it, and it'll melt that edge off. I'll have to do the same thing up here, although this one won't be as pretty. I just ran out of real estate because there's a plug right there for the speakers for the door, and I've got it masked off. So I'll have to do a little finger sanding in there and a little finger buffing too. We're actually going to pull this up and move it. Just for some reason it doesn't want to stick now. No, I'm not sticking it back in the clear coat, just stick it on there. Although I could. Sure, that'd be a neat little trick. I'm actually going to trim that off, it's bothering me. I'm afraid what's going to happen when I hit it with the air this time, since it's not sticking, is that it's going to come flying off and hit my wet clear coat. Okay now. But this foam rolled edge leaves a nice transition. They say the flash time on this is 4 to 8 minutes on the first coat. I like to go by the old finger sticky test. If you put your finger in the clear on your paper and it pulls off a cobweb, it's not ready, but this is ready to go. The first thing I'm going to do when I start my next coat here, and I did it sort of on the first coat, but I'm going to try and be a little more diligent about it. I'm going to go around and get up under all this first, and then at least as far as I can reach, because I'm going to start over on that side and work this way. And I don't care if I can't make a solid pass across, which I didn't last time either. So I'm going to get you guys in a little cubby hole here and get you set up, and I'll turn you back on when the gun's ready to go. Alright, here we go, final coat. Gonna put it on a little heavier this time, and not a whole lot heavier because there's plenty of gloss to it, so I don't think I need to worry about hammering it down. there you go. Alright, so the gun's all cleaned up, and I don't know how much clear I had left. That's it right there. So we'll go take one parting look at this. Sides of the cab corners turned out sweet. Inside the jamb is sweet. Got it melted off right back in here. I'll just do a little hand buffy on that. I got a little bit of a ridge there, but hey, that's life, man. Cab corner looks sweet. All this looks sweet. And then you look at the back of the cab, and this thing, I mean, I was talking about it before, it looks like somebody put the paint on the back of this cab with a roller before I ever touched it. But I guess that's the way they are. Oh, I got scared. I thought I saw a run. But anyways, that's what we got. Everything's nice and shiny, shiny, shiny. Almost no peel in it. Although I painted over peel. Christ. Half of this cab looks like it's painted with a roller, especially the back side. So there's your parting look. There's the driver's side cab corner that I just did a little bit of monkeying with. I didn't do much. It turned out good. So hope you guys enjoyed this little video series, and there'll be more later. Have a good night.